And we're back. You
Are
didn't
we?
even know we're gone. Yeah. Yeah, a little mishap with my dog, Sam.
Yeah.
He says, hey. Anyways, yeah. So, back to Nicole. No, we're not saying those names. We lived on a nice street.
Yeah.
Everybody knew each other. They had fences up.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Until we started having so many kids, they
Then
said.
they all put fences up. You know what? Like we couldn't climb a fence, you know?
Actually, yeah, we did. Very good. Going up the hill, down the street, down to the park.
On our street, there had to be at least 100 kids. At least.
Right. The bus stopped at our house,
Yep.
picked us all up.
7 of us at a time. Of course, we're all chasing the bus, and back then they would wait for you. And cool, otherwise we're all having a meltdown. You forgot my brother. So they'd wait because they knew the Reeve kids. That was us.
Remember all the lunches being made the night before?
Yeah. That was a conveyor, getting that all done. And then after a while, my mother got the boys involved.
Yeah.
And the boys started, you
When
know,
they
'cause
could reach the cupboard.
they could do that, and they just were always hungry, so they thought it
They
was
put an
another
extra
reason
sandwich in.
to eat. Yeah, but it was a miracle how 7 of us went to school, and they only used 1 can of tuna fish.
Bob used to get so mad when you'd say that.
Well,
We get
actually,
the smell of the
yeah.
tuna fish on the
like well, my brothers when they made it, they said when they started running out, they just took and let the oil drop on the bread, and then with a couple slices of lettuce, and they were good to go. But yeah, she did say that.
She used to. I did not, but she added a lot of stuff to it, right? The tuna had egg in it and all, celery.
No, I
and
don't
all
remember
that.
any of that stuff.
I do.
No,
I do.
I did not eat like that.
Oh,
Tuna fish and mayonnaise, that was it.
it wasn't mayonnaise. It was Miracle Whip.
Yep, they're Miracle Whip. And
And
they tried
guess-
to kill us all with margarine, but they didn't know. So,
Yeah,
gotta look
because it
at
was cheaper.
Yeah, yep. And so, anyways, that was part of our lunches. Another part of our lunches, since we're talking about that, was my mother. She decided she needed time out, so she loved bowling. And I'll tell you more about the Reeves and their bowling. And she'd go bowling on Monday night, and the whole family went into mourning because our mom had left to go have fun bowling. And she did love bowling. Well, my dad was a great
Wasn't
bowler.
it Monday
too.
nights?
Yeah, I just said Monday.
Oh, oh.
Obviously,
I'm
she's
sorry,
not
I'm not listening to her.
No.
I was back there being traumatized because my mother went out.
I know, we were. I remember we look around the corner and like, yeah, that guy Dad's here. Yeah, I remember that. He'd sit there. We didn't see him that much. He worked 2-3 jobs. You know, we were kids. But we just knew he was home. And you know what that meant? The next morning, he made our lunches. We got the big, long Wardinski's bologna.
Yeah.
And you'd slice it. And so, of course, my father, since he liked it thick, he put bologna steak on everybody's sandwich. So by 10 o'clock, everybody started saying, oh, listen, smell Reeves' lunch. We can smell it over here.
Because we used to keep our lunches not in a refrigerator,
No.
but out in the hallway
Yeah.
of the school. We
Yeah.
all went to the same school, and so all our lunches were out there.
Yep.
There's only 2 floors, right, at the time?
Yeah, it's funny. Again, nobody died from that. That's weird.
Well, because, it went from the refrigerator at our house to, 3-4 hours tops that it stood in there, and then we ate the bologna.
Yeah.
And I guess there was preservatives back then, because that's how bologna's made.
Not
I-
really. There's more to it, and maybe we'll have it for you at the next podcast. Or maybe you'll just Google it yourself.
Yeah, like you care.
Yeah. But our mom, she would go bowling. The next morning, Dad would let her sleep in. I thought that was nice of him.
Mm-hmm.
At least, she got to sleep in for a few minutes. But every time we come home from school, because we all went to same school, we all run in the door. My mom would be sitting there on the cushion rocking chair that she used to rock every baby. And she'd have her nice loungewear on, whatever you call that back then. And then she'd just sit there, and everybody would make a circle around her. and boom, boom, boom.
Talking.
Tell her this, tell her that, tell her. And she like this. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh, good. Papa. So she would do this for a couple of times, and then the kids would give up and then just go get ready, go outside, or watch cartoons.
Yeah.
That's when we started getting lazy.
Well, I don't know. When in the wintertime when we went outside, it was a chore putting everybody on their suits and stuff.
Yeah.
And you forgot to mention, when I used to come home from school, I'd run right to the bathroom.
Yeah. I didn't forget to mention it. I thought it'd be really rude and crude, but now you think it says anything goes. I'm in. You know?
You think that's rude? Because I think there are kids that do that still.
There's kids that do that, but maybe nobody told them they have a bathroom at school. Why don't you just go there instead of putting your bladder through it? But that was Marilyn's thing. She's done it her whole life. And it's all right.
It's true.
I don't know where she gets it from. But anyway, so we're back. We're done with school. The best time of our life growing up was Christmas, which only lasted a week, by the way. It was a week. Nobody decorated before that. Everybody decorated a week before. We had Thanksgiving, you know, and my mother always made a turkey. Now, when she cooked turkey, she had to start at like 6 a.m. for us to eat.
It was more like at 3 o'clock in the morning. It felt like, because it was a huge turkey.
I know.
And you'd wake up to the smell of the turkey.
And it was so happy, and you're just like, it was the best day ever for Thanksgiving. Because, well, you know, there's 13 of us unless they invite people, which, you know, are Nana
and Grandma.
Grandma probably, I'm on my father's side. And, yeah, we always had more people coming. And the funny thing about it is, when I think about it, is my favorite part of that turkey?
What?
The leg.
Ugh.
Exactly.
The skin.
What was that, Flintstone?
She like the turkey skin. The
skin.
Yeah,
you know
Miss Vegan here.
Yeah, let's move over. I'm not really a vegan anymore.
Oh, sorry, vegetarian?
Yeah, well, let's not get into that. But anyways, yeah, so Thanksgiving with everybody at our house was, and plus Dad was home. So one thing about a big family, one of your parents aren't going to be home all the time. And back then, Mom didn't work. Dad.
Oh, no. Mom had the hardest job of them all.
Yeah, again, she can't hear you. No. So, yeah.
Well, I'm talking to all the moms out there. It's a hard job.
All right, if you want to send Marilyn a GoFundMe, I'll say anything, you know? No. Anyways, so with Mom.
What? With Mom what?
With Thanksgiving and Mom, that's all she did is work. She didn't get to sit around and enjoy the day ever.
Until the very end. Didn't we always play cards?
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the thing, while we ate pie?
Oh, yeah. And the woman could bake and cook like nobody, my mother.
Yeah.
And our Nana, too, her mother. Grandma Reed.
She had the best looking apple pies.
It was almost perfection.
Yeah.
Until you tasted it.
Yeah,
because then you'd say, keep it for the summer when you're going to use it to start a fire. It did smell like kerosene.
It really did.
Not once, every year. Everybody say, who wants kerosene pie? And it turns out because she bought 20 pounds of flour.
At a time.
And she used it probably in 30 years.
And she put it in a tin.
Did she?
Yeah, it was a tin on her. I remember on her back attic stairs.
Yeah, I remember. She put that flour in.
But she did other things that were amazing. Like, think about the garden she had and the peaches in the back, the 2 peach trees, and she canned the peaches.
I get that, but I was talking about food. What else did she cook?
That's food.
What did she cook? That was
rhubarb pie. I wasn't a fan, okay?
I don't even remember ever trying it because by then I had taste buds. So I never tried that. But I can't remember anything that she really... She was older. She was a grandma. Born in the 1903.
1903, married in 23.
Oh, wait, that can do numbers.
Oh.
So, yeah, she got married young. And everything she did for herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, her husband built her house. And they lived in it she got to live in it. She always said, I want to die in my house. That's where she died, in her house. She was 90. And the husband died early. But
She was
that
58,
happens.
I think.
Yeah, I think that happens. And, you know, back then, you know, guess what? He died of high cholesterol. Weird, right?
Well, everything's lard and stuff like that
I know,
back
but supporting with keto, all that's good.
then. Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Okay, we're not talking.
No, we're not.
You said. Yeah.
All right, so moving on, we did Christmas. That was fun because I remember being old enough to find out there's no Santa Claus. Cause,
Don't say that on here.
well, I said that I asked my mom, I go, Mom, is there a Santa Claus? And she goes, what do you think? Well, that told me right there. I was 5th grade. She was combing my ponytail. Yeah, I kind of guessed it anyways.
And what did she tell me? Same year, she found out what she thinks I should know. So she's like, so, do you still believe in Santa Claus? I remember her doing this. We were in bed and laying there. And you know, there's always 3 people or 5 people living in the same bedroom, okay? So
We had our own beds, Meryl.
yeah, we had our own beds, but we're all in the same bedroom. Anyway, she said, you believe? And I said, yeah, I don't think he flies around and stuff, but I believe Santa Claus. And she said, I'm like,